Today we are going to talk about a really inspiring story, the story of David Goggins.
As the toughest men on the planet.
Holding the pull-up record, 4,000 pull-ups in 17 hours.
He's also an ultramarathon runner with more than 60 races.
Everybody thinks I'm Superman. I had to tell them the truth.
I was not always this strong guy.
Who really suffered, but in the end succeeded. So if you want to learn English in a funny way, this is a great way actually to learn with stories, and listening is really important to listen to pronunciation. And so let's start. Hi guys, welcome back to another new video. I hope that you are doing good and great. And welcome for the new people. If you don't know me, my name is Ines, and what I do in my channel English for a Better Life is that I help you to learn English effectively and with simple methods and tips and ways. And in today's video, we are going to discover together the story, the inspiring story of David Goggins, and you are going to know why I wanted to share with you this story. And without waiting, let's go. So David Goggins was born in February 17th, 1975 in New York, and in 1981 he and his family decided to move to Williamsville in a street called Paradise Road. So in this street, it was a rich street because yes, his family was rich. Let's say his father was rich, and like everyone in the neighborhood was, when they saw them, they was like, oh, we really wish that we have this perfect family, well-dressed and, polite family and everything. But David Goggins described these years as hell on earth. Actually, it wasn't as the perfect family as the neighborhoods were thinking. And you are going to discover why. So Goggins' father owned a roller skating rink called Skateland, and it is located in East Buffalo. And actually at age 6, Goggins, like David Goggins, and his brother called Trunis were like his employees. Yes, actually his father was rich, but he wasn't having any employees, so his children were his employees. So imagine that David Goggins at age 6, he was working at night with his father. It was like a family company, and his mother, he and his brother were like organizing the roller skates and everything. And so for this reason, Goggins and also his brother Trunis doesn't have enough sleep, and this influenced him badly at school. For him, it wasn't just the night shifts, but it was also, as I told you, he wasn't getting enough sleep, and also his father was a really violent father. So with his mother, with his children, and so imagine yourself that like in the morning his father is going to rest, but he and his brother have to go at school, and so he was like all the day sleeping at school in the class, and he wasn't able to focus on his classes. And after a lot of other details that I'm not going to tell you, the mother decided to leave the father. I think he's named Jackie Goggins. So she decided to leave him, and she took her children with her, and they moved to the Goggins grandparents in Brazil, Indiana. So then Goggins enrolled in the second grade in a small Catholic school, and his brother Tronus decided to return to live with his father in Buffalo. So when Goggins enrolled also the third grade, he was diagnosed with a learning disability due to his lack of schooling. As I told you, he was always sleeping at school, so he didn't know anything about homeworks or anything about school. So this is why he had this learning disability. He was also suffering from toxic stress. So he found it really, really difficult to learn because of this toxic stress, and also because of the trauma that he lived at his early childhood. And so this, because he was a really stressful guy or boy, he developed a stutter. So what does that mean, stutters? A stutter is that you can't really talk smoothly, so you're like can. So he was stuttering, and he was really fighting with this stutter, and really he had this social anxiety because everyone at school was bullying him, was laughing at him, and he also got so much racism. Once a student at school wrote in his notebook, "Nigger, I will kill you." So he really suffered from bullying and racism and everything, and he also had this low self-esteem because he wasn't having any, he struggled from his childhood, so he had this low self-esteem. He wasn't being able to trust to himself. So because of that, he wasn't really taking care of himself. So he wasn't shaving, he wasn't dressing properly. He was fat also, so he wasn't really taking of himself. As I told you, this low self-esteem. And until one day he stood up in front of a mirror and he told himself, "What am I doing with my life? What am I doing with my life? Why am I like that?" And this is the first time for Goggins that he decided to change his life. And so he shaved properly, he dressed properly, and also his grandfather really inspired him because he was in the United States Air Force. So this pumped him to achieve this goal, and Goggins decided to enter the United States Air Force. So here we are opening a new chapter. Goggins applied to the United States Air Force Pararescue, and he was accepted, and so he started his training. But after some months he was diagnosed with sickle cell trait. It's a disease, and they removed him from the training temporarily. And so for this reason, Goggins didn't give up and decided to go to the United Air Force Tactical Air Control Party. It's called TACP training. And he worked from 1994 to 1999. So he later, after this years, decided to quit his job because he wanted to attend the Navy SEAL. And to attend the Navy SEAL, you have to have a certain weight. And so he loses a lot of weight during 3 months, and he was accepted in the Navy SEAL. So this is, let's say, his career. In December 2018, David Goggins decided to start to write his famous book, which is called Can't Hurt Me. master your mind and defy the odds. So this book became one of the best sellers book in the United States and in the entire world, and he became more and more famous. Actually, why he decided to write this book is to inspire people, to tell them that even if you live misery, even if you lived tragical moments in your life, you can achieve anything you want if you can master your mind, if you can tell your mind that I'm not going to give up. And his book is really amazing, really inspiring. I really advise you to read it or at least listen to it. I'm so sure that Kevin talked about his story and his book, and he talks about a lot of details, so I really advise you to do so and to go ahead and to learn about his book a little bit more. To resume our story, David Goggins, born February 17, 1975, is an American retired United States Navy SEAL. He is also an ultra marathon runner, ultra distance cyclist, triathlete, public speaker, author of 2 memoirs, and was induced into the International Sports Hall of Fame for his achievements in sports. Goggins was also awarded the VFW Americanism Award in 2018 for his service in the United States Armed Forces. He also published a New York Times bestseller book titled Can't Hurt Me, Master Your Mind, and Defy the Odds. So this was our story, guys. I hope that you liked the story of David Goggins. Actually, it really inspired me, and this is why I wanted to share his story with you, so that you can maybe be inspired, maybe tell yourself that some people live tragical moments, live very hard moments, and in the end they succeed. He did a lot of things in his life. He's an athlete. You remember I told you that he was fat, and now he's one of the best athletes. He succeeded some things that no one could succeed before. So I hope that you like it. So to encourage me, don't forget to subscribe and to consider to give me a thumbs up, and also to hit the bell of the notification so that you will receive every new video. And tell me in comments what are the other great stories that you want me to tell you, and see you the next story or maybe the next video. Bye.